The first group of questions we got from MeliPlayful and Tengu230. So we're going to go through. They send a few. They are always on our channel. We always appreciate everything they do for us. Um,
Absolutely.
so we're gonna start with some of these questions because they have some good ones and some funny ones. So the first question, Soto, that was Mel submitted all these questions, so I don't know which is her. She says Tengu asked, but you
Hmm.
know, we've had lots of funny moments. What has been your best memory playing with myself, Tengu, or the Wednesday night crew, which I know is more me? Um, but she wants to know from both of us what are our
Hmm.
best gaming memories with them. So, Soda, I'm going to start with you. What is
Sure.
your one of your favorite gaming moments with Mel and Tengu, or Tengu, whatever works best?
Well, with Mel, definitely, I will always remember all the stuff we did in Zombie Army. I know we were kind of talking about it earlier too, but that shit was so fucking fun. Um, and the explosions that happened during that and everything, so many laughs there. I think, honestly, when I was thinking about this question, the most recent funny memory um, that we had that I fucking love is when we were cleaning Santa's workshop in Power Wash Simulator. That we just laughed the whole entire fucking time for the glitches, for everything that we're doing. That was the most ridiculous thing, and a lot of what we do is just crazy stupid shit. So I have to say that's my personal favorite because that's the most recent one that I can remember, where it's just like everything was natural or organic, and even to rest in peace the Rotten Taste episode that never happened about is Die Hard a Christmas movie conversation that will just never be resurrected in any sort of
Yeah.
way. But that whole thing was fucking fun, and I'm sure there are way more funny moments to come too with Mel and Tengu as well. So that's it for me.
So, if I had to pick a game, and I do have an actual moment, but I want to give a little shout out, especially since Madness is here, is
Madness,
Broforce. When we played Broforce,
my
that
God.
was the most hilarious time for us because we're just these little sprites jumping around, killing each other accidentally, could not get things right. I mean, we played a lot of games where we've all had a blast, but I'm giving a little shout out to Broforce. So I got two answers. One for Mel, the one gaming moment, and we actually just talked about this last night. And this is way back when we both played with a bunch of people. Friday the 13th, the game. When I bought the summer outfits and I put the Speedo on Chad,
Oh
the
yeah.
first time she saw it, she's dying laughing. And when Mel starts laughing,
Yes.
she loses it. And then,
Hmm.
they do like we both lost it and it became just kind of within a lot of our group, just a big joke. And we always have laughs when it comes to Speedo Chad. And those that don't know, Chad is a character in the game, so it just worked out. That, he was Chad. I'm like, fuck it, I'm playing that guy. He might suck, but I am playing as that guy. So yeah, a lot of the Friday the 13th moments, but Speedo Chad was the best for me with Mel, and we have a lot of moments. Tengu, coincidentally, this has to deal with Mel, but the one I always laugh at is when we did the Among Us streaming event, and we had like what 14 of us, 15 of us. So once we got going, the very first time I was killer,
Oh God.
I don't know who the other killer was. The final three was me, Mel, and Tengu. And I'm just thinking like, there's no way I'm getting out of this. Like I am fucked, because I'm thinking like, all right, there's no way they're gonna figure it out. I'm like, I might have to throw some funny shade shit in there, and I'm just like, I don't know how to do this. And then Mel just all of a sudden is like, I don't know where Tengu was. I'm like, I don't know. I'm over here. And she bought it. And poor Tengu, this is why I laughed. She's just like, what just happened? Because she just voted him
Oh
out. And
yeah,
I
that's
had,
right. That's
it's
right.
just, but because I know we
I
couldn't
remember
really
that.
like mute the chats, but when people saw it, it was just us three. And I know you laughed. It's out there. You're just laughing because I'm just people who know I'm the killer. It's these two. And I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, yeah, Tango gets voted out and I win. And I just died laughing. So I love playing Among Us, but that moment, because it came out of left field, because again, I'm just looking, I'm like, there's no way. They got to know each other. It's probably like, the survivors or crewmates. It's been so long since,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, so yeah, I laugh at that and I think about that from time to time because that was just friggin' hilarious to me. So that'd be my pick for Tengu because he just is like, what just happened? Kind of
Oh my
thing.
God.
Like Mel just
Fucking
turned on him.
iconic. Fucking
Uh,
iconic. I mean, most of the time when I play with Mel and Tengu and Mel especially, I'm just trying to make her fucking laugh. So sometimes when I play with Mel, I even act even more insane. But I don't remember a lot of these memories because I'll be honest with you guys, a lot of times I'm fucking drunk. When I'm playing these fucking games, these legendary fucking moments, I'm like fucking hammered out of my ass. And when I'm hammered, for some reason, I like things to just explode. And that's a great fucking segue to this
So we have our
fucking
second set of
question.
questions here. Uh, Tengu wants to know. This is just for Soto. What is your favorite kind of explosion?
Dude,
So I guess
dude.
just straight up, what's your favorite kind of explosion, Soto?
I mean, like nuclear explosions, like planetary explosions, fucking galactic explosions. There is no such thing like as an explosion that's too big for me. I like them big. I like them huge. I want them to just destroy everything. I see a red barrel in a game. I see a red anything in the game. Like a fucking monkey, I am shooting that shit and making it explode. But man, the bigger, the better. Those are my favorite kind of explosions.
And then she asked for me, and this somehow always comes up as a joke. So I will answer it. If I was Marty Roos for a day, what would I do? Simple question. I'd be nice to Chad. Just be a that.
Wow.
I'd spend the money, like go visit my friends. Like, what? I'm going to New Hampshire. I'll visit Chad. But yeah, no, I'm gonna have fun with that one, and I'm gonna leave that at that. But
That's
oh man,
impactful.
if I was Marty for a day, I don't know what I would do with that hair. To be honest with you, I could not comb it. And I'll leave that. Yeah, he's got some crazy hair. So, next set of questions. And now we kind of talked about this, or jokingly, with the life as a simulation about being a supervillain or whatnot. But
Yeah.
if you're a superhero or supervillain for one day and no one knew it was you, what would you choose to be? And like if you're a villain and you could do anything, would you, take away the toilet paper, or would you do something big as destroying the world? Speaking about nuclear explosions. So
Oh, love them.
if you're a hero villain, what would you do? Well, like, what would your powers be, and would there be anything you would do for a day?
Okay, so if I was a superhero, it's nothing really fancy at all. But if I was a superhero, okay, and have some sort of superpower where I could like, I don't know, make food appear out of nowhere, and I'd feed people and shit like that, that would be it. I would just like, I would open up a restaurant or maybe just like nonprofit, and I would just feed whoever I could.
We
All
got
right,
one day, so yeah, definitely
that's it.
get free. Yep.
Okay, all right. Now for supervillain, for one day, I would destroy the fucking internet.
My God,
I would
kids these
burn the
days would not know what to
fucking
do.
I would burn the fucking internet to the ground. Like cell phones, everything like well maybe not cell phones for emergency reasons, okay. But I am a villain, so maybe I am. But I would I would burn the internet down for a fucking day. So superhero, all you can eat buffet.
Nothing wrong with that.
Supervillain, you have no internet for the day.
Uh, so if I was a superhero, I kind of got two, and it depends on the definition of what happens after this day. Like if I had one day, I would want to fly, and mainly because I think I would just want to visit a lot of family and friends who I haven't seen in years, who I might not get a chance because it's fucking expensive to fly. And I mean, I know this is more selfish. I'm not saving the world, but I'm like, I would visit a lot of family and friends who I've not seen in years. So there's people I miss. I would see it. I know it's more selfish. I'm like, that's what I do. Just kind of just do that and then maybe see the world. But I would love to see family and friends. If I could remember shit after a day, if this sticks with me, like I would want the thing where you can remember stuff so easily. Because in all honesty, I would want to learn every language and sign language and all that. So if that stuck with me after the one day, I would love to have that skill to be able to speak any
Oh,
language or to sign language. But I don't
yeah.
know if the day's over and I forget it all. I'm like, well, then that's pointless. So
Hmm.
I thought about that because I'm like, I've always wanted to speak another language, and I'm like, hey, if I can learn it all in a day, super memory that. If I was a villain, now, internet. You know what, Soto? That's such a good answer. I don't think I can. I don't
It's an old
think
man
I can do
answer.
that. I think I would be a different kind of asshole and I'd be more selfish. But the best villains are. And I always think about setting up my family. So I'd be like, you know what? I would just. At first, I was like, I'll just steal money from a big corporation, put it away, set up my,
Love it.
my lineage, my friends.
Yes,
Then I'm like, you know what?
absolutely.
I don't know these corporations' problems. So I'm like, why the fuck do I just not go to Las Vegas, see what's going to happen, take all the money, casino, casino. But yes, set up family and friends. So even as a supervillain, I'm still doing good things. I think a part of me is just always good at heart. I want to take care of the people I love, hero or villain. That's what I want to do. But destroying the internet, I 100% agree. I like that would be way too hilarious. I would love to see kids these days without their cell phones, without the internet. People would just panic. This cats loving dogs. What I forget that whole line in
Yeah.
Ghostbusters. I'd just be like,
Yes.
oh my god, that is a good answer. But for me, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I always go back to just taking care of the people I love. Even if I was a villain, I'd be like, yeah, I would steal money so I can take care of them. I'm like, that might not be villainous, but I'm stealing it, so there is a little villainous there. So, yeah, I know it's not cool, but to me, I kind of still always take care of the people I love. So I think that's where it is. So
Yeah, dude,
that's
I'm
me.
just too,
That's
co- I'm too fucking connected to the fucking internet. You know what I mean? Like I'm too fucking connected to it. And it's like it becomes a goddamn drag. It's like I'm
yeah.
on my phone, like before I go to bed, I'm on my phone when I wake up, I'm on my phone in the middle of the day, and people are like, "Oh, just like, just let it go, man." It's like, no, it's been wired to connect to my brain.
Yeah.
It's like, so it's psychologically like, making me do it. And I am working on it, but man, I would like for it to just be destroyed. That's it.
So I believe this is the last question from Mel and Tengu, if I counted
Oh,
correctly. And this is actually a good one. So out of
yeah,
all the
it's a
movies
really good
we've
one.
reviewed on Rotten
Hmm.
Taste,
Hmm.
which movie's our favorite and why is it Dream a Little Dream? So this is why I don't think Tengu's asked that question. But in all honesty, let's take out that Dream a Little Dream part because we know that's not true.
Are you
But
sure?
thank you, Mel,
You
for
don't you
doing
don't like that
that
movie?
episode with no. But out of all the movies we did, Soto, what would you say? Not our favorite episode, but yeah, what movie did you like? What rewatch? And what do you think is your favorite movie out of all the ones we've done?
I mean, honestly, it's probably it's the most boring answer, but it's definitely when I was looking at all the movies, I still love Men at Work. I think Men at Work is a great movie. Um, and you're gonna hate my second answer because it was a tie between Men at Work and Hudson Hawk. And
Yeah.
because I can watch Hudson Hawk right now, okay? You haters, I could watch Hudson Hawk right now and enjoy the shit out of it, okay? Maybe not so much The Wizard, although I would still watch it, even though it only has 7 fucking views. Thanks, everyone. But Hudson Hawk or Men at Work, I think it's a toss up. I lean towards Men at Work because it's just great, but I fucking love both those movies, man. I think, like recently we did Harry and the Hendersons. I think that was the most competent movie I feel like I've seen on Rotten Tomatoes. Where I was like, no, there's nothing wrong with this movie. This movie is perfectly fine in every single way. But I enjoy Men at Work probably the best.
So for me, I did have two answers as well, and neither were those. Though Men at Work, I did like Hudson Hawk. I didn't mind it. I just was not a huge fan. So
It's
I
so
like.
good.
Obviously, I go back to my childhood and I think about what I watched a lot. And looking at the list like you, I'm like, there's a lot of movies I don't mind that we've rewatched. But to me, if I had to pick a favorite, and
Hmm.
I would, it has to be Three Amigos. I just love the Three
Oh,
Amigos. I used to
so
watch that
good.
consistently as a kid.
Yeah,
I know we've talked
so
about it. You got
funny.
three of the best, comedians of that time,
Hmm.
still funny as shit.
So
Um,
funny.
I loved it, and I still sing the Buttercup song. But yeah, so if I had to pick one, Three Amigos I would say is probably my favorite. Now a close second, and this is a little bit more personal because I know I talked about this in that video was, I watched this a lot of my dad's, and my second one would be Over the Top. And again, I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but
Yeah.
I used to watch that again. Another movie I watched a lot, and I loved it. I know it doesn't hold up as much today as it might have done back then. The typical '80s kind of action flicks. But for me, again, watching it, it was one of those movies I watched all the time with my dad. So there's a little bit more personal thing. But if I had to pick my favorite, Three Amigos, like hands down, anytime that's on, I can easily just watch it. You know, watch, sing along with the singing bush, find the invisible man, blah blah blah. It is just such a fun comedy. Yeah, we picked apart a few parts. Yeah, Harry and the Hendersons, like we said, most wholesome. Hard to pick out because it was kind of just a good film. But
Yeah.
favorite wise, one that I can
That's a
watch
good
again and
movie.
again, definitely, I would have to say Three Amigos. So that
So,
is my pick. That would be my pick.
what you're
So
saying is not Roadhouse.
no, no. not Roadhouse and not, I mean, definitely not the remake. Though we'll get to that. I know we're going to talk about that for a
Mm-hmm.
future episode right after this. So,
Oh, we sure
uh,
will.